This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 15, 2022. And in the news this afternoon, SOEs declared in 6 parishes. With a 6% increase in murders as of November 13 this year, the Andrew Holness-led administration has declared a state of public emergency in 6 parishes to cauterize the bloodletting across the country that has claimed at least 1,360 lives to date. SOEs are currently underway in the parishes of Westmoreland, St. James, Hanover, St. Catherine, Kingston, and St. Andrew. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness this morning at a press briefing at Jamaica House. With the parliamentary opposition voting against extending SOEs in November 2021, Holness said he is hoping that his colleagues on the opposition benches will this time vote in favor of the measure in the upper house. In the lower house, the government has a 2/3 majority to approve the extension of the SOE. However, the government needs 1 vote from the opposition benches in the Senate to extend the measure. The Prime Minister said that in the current SOE, the security forces will be looking to strengthen their powers to search. He said that the police would be placing emphasis on finding and disarming gunmen. According to Holness, the security forces will be using intelligence to pursue persons who are intent on carrying out criminal activities and who intimidate witnesses when they are brought before the court. We would now, under the SOE, have the ability to hold on to such persons, but this is not arbitrary. This government does not believe in the arbitrary use of power, Holness said. He indicated that the new regulations under the SOE are crafted in a manner to safeguard life as well as the rights of all Jamaicans. Lawyer charged with fraud for alleged non-payment of over 100 million Jamaican dollars in property sale. Attorney at law Maurice McCurdy has been charged with fraudulent conversion over the alleged non-payment of more than 100 million Jamaican dollars in the sale of commercial property for a client in St. James. He was charged by the fraud squad on Monday and granted station bail in the sum of Jamaican $2 million, the police say. He's scheduled to make his first court appearance on January 19, 2023. The allegations surround the sale of the property for US $5.5 million. McCurdy held a carriage of sale. The client complained that after the sale went through earlier this year, a sum of more than US $800,000 or Jamaican $120 million remained outstanding, the police say. A report was made to law enforcement, resulting in the investigation. McCurdy is a St. James-based lawyer. Westmoreland burn victim optimistic after 17 surgeries but needs a prosthesis. Despite needing a lower leg prosthesis and several skin grafts treatments, Adriana Leng, the 13-year-old Westmoreland native who suffered severe burns in a house fire that claimed the lives of her 3 younger brothers in September, is doing well and is in high spirits. Dr. Saeed Hassan, the president of the Augusta, Georgia-based Joseph M. Stillburn Center and head of the medical team that performed the young Adriana's 17 surgeries, gave the update today in a press conference on the Zoom platform. When she came, we started working right away and we all worked together. We had 7 surgeons and 3 pediatric persons, and Adriana went through a total of 17 surgeries, including skin grafting, Hassan explained. Even though Adriana lost her left leg below the knee and some fingers on the right hand, I think she is going to be fully functional. Meanwhile, Adriana's father, Adrian Leng, told the briefing that his daughter is steadily improving and voiced their gratitude to all the parties that made her treatment possible. The teenager's medical care was sponsored by the San Marino Foundation in partnership with the Jamaican diaspora, the government, and other interest groups. Adriana is the sole survivor of the fire which occurred at her home in Springfield, Westmoreland on September 4, 1 day before the start of the 2022-2023 school year. Her brothers, 8-year-old Adriana Leng and 7-year-old twins Jaden and Jordan Leng, died in the fire. According to reports, the fire started after a candle was lit in the house due to an electrical outage in the area. A GoFundMe account has been started to provide further assistance to Adriana as she recovers. Saint Anne drug seizure. International syndicate being investigated. The Narcotics Division is continuing its questioning of 8 members of an international drug syndicate who were captured in St. Anne last week. 7 Americans are among the detainees caught last Wednesday, reportedly boarding a cruise ship with a larger quantity of cocaine. 17 kilograms of cocaine with a street value of Jamaican $130 million was seized. Investigators say the men are members of an international drug syndicate operating in the United States and Jamaica. It is reported that the 7 U.S. nationals and 1 Jamaican arrived in Jamaica as passengers on a cruise ship that docked in Oteria, St. Anne. After collecting the cocaine, the men were attempting to board the vessel destined for Miami, Florida, when they were arrested. U.S. agents are assisting in the investigation. Spanish Town Taxi Association urges PPV operators to return to work. President of the Spanish Town Taxi Association, Aaron Matis, is calling for normalcy to return to the public transport system. We need to make a good, reasonable sense prevail, Matis said. I believe that we have sent a message and need to give the authorities the time to reason out this issue. He said that members are gradually returning. However, there is still a need for greater numbers. Operators and owners of public passenger vehicles began protesting on Monday, demanding that the government implement a traffic ticket amnesty. There were noticeable delays on the roads on Tuesday, with commuters still walking long distances in several communities in St. Catherine. President of the St. Catherine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dennis Robotham, said the withdrawal of service adversely affected commerce. The withdrawal saw grave discomfort and losses for businesses, especially at this time of the year, Robotham said. Westmoreland Neighborhood Watch Group says SOE is a waste of time. The Westmoreland Neighborhood Watch Council says the state of emergency declared in the parish is a waste of time. I always have a problem with a state of emergency because at the end of it you don't reap any success, said Lyndon Johnson, president of the Neighborhood Watch Group. He argued that there has been no real significant benefit from SOEs over the years. In announcing the police-military measure on Tuesday morning, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said gang activities in the spaces where the SOEs have been declared are cause for grave concern. But Johnson, who led a peace march over 2 weeks ago in response to the high murder rate in the parish, which have recorded 130 cases of homicides since January 2022, believes that the police and military personnel operating under the SOE need to change their approach. I believe that states of emergency should be done community by community and try to find these guns and the persons who are committing the crimes, he told the news. Moses Schreiber, president of the Westmoreland Chamber of Commerce and Industry, has thrown his support behind the SOE as an interim tool, but notes that it is not the solution to the escalating crime and violence in the parish. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.